time issue, that because of the lateness of the hour, they recommended that we not continue simply because we were beginning to run up against the time in which the warrant would expire.
Commissioner, his attorney, Bernard Harcourt, has made some speculations on Twitter that simply you guys couldn't find a vein. You mentioned veneous issues in that regard. There were 2.5 hours between the time the stay was lifted and when you guys canceled it. Was it that simple? Is it a time issue or is it a vein issue?
Well, I think there's a couple parts to your question. The first part is obviously a medical question, which I'm not qualified to answer. The second part speaks to our protocol, and there are a lot more, let me just say this without going into our protocol in depth, there are a lot more moving parts with respect to the protocol than just simply the medical procedure.
So what happens now? I mean, will how or when or if a new execution date will be set? Where do we go from here in those regards?
Right, yeah, that will be a question that I would refer you to the Attorney General's office over. Obviously, the Department of Corrections does not determine those types of issues.
Commissioner, did you discuss with Governor Ivey what her opinion of this case is? We spoke with people in the governor's office who predicted that she would not interfere with this at all. We saw a case in Texas tonight where an inmate on death row had his sentence commuted to life with or without parole, I can't remember, but removed the possibility of the death penalty. Did you guys discuss anything outside of the grounds of here's what has happened tonight?
I maintain very close contact with the governor, her staff throughout the entire process for these executions. But to that specific questions, no, we didn't discuss those. Her main concerns with respect to the department is, are you prepared? Are things proceeding according to your protocol? And to keep her informed.
Yes.
Obviously, there's a time gap between the stay being lifted and 11:15. Approximately how long did medical staff try to do the IV connection?
I don't know because, excuse me for that, I am not back there with the staff, and so I don't normally go back until all the preparations for the protocol are complete. So I don't know the specific. Yes, sir.
I guess one question at this point would be whatever the exact problem was that they ran into tonight, do they expect that as a structural problem that's going to be there next time, or?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily characterize what we had tonight as a problem. I don't have any indication at this point that in fact is the case. The only indication that I have is that in their medical judgment, it was more of a time issue given the late hour. So I wouldn't characterize it in that way at this point.
Commissioner, I know you don't make the laws. I know you don't want to tell me if you wish they were changed or anything, but as the protocol stands now, as these executions are written to be carried out, do you have confidence in the way that the state of Alabama and the Department of Corrections is handling these types of situations? And do any of the concerns raised by Mr. Hamm's attorneys trouble you in any way?
I think the questions kind of call for a little bit of conjecture there. Let me just say this. I have the utmost confidence in our staff to be able to carry out our protocol. And I think that we have demonstrated that. It's very professional. They take this job very seriously. It's a very somber responsibility that we have. And we're going to execute our protocol according to the way it's written to the best of our ability. And that's how we're going to go forward. If in the future that changes at all, obviously, as you said, that's not something the department will determine or really probably even be involved in. And so we are the implementation arm of this process, not the policy or the advocacy or any of those types of things.
Can you
Yes,
say where the IV access was attempted? Was it in his lower extremities? You had indicated in court filings.
Well, in the court filings, the court asked and the department stipulated that we would only attempt peripheral access below the knees. And I have no reason to suggest that, got no indications that we didn't follow exactly those stipulations. But again, I have not talked to the medical personnel, and so I can't really speak to those specific issues. Okay, thank you all very much.
Thank you,
And
sir.
please, it's getting very